31 मोक्ष कारण सामग्र्या among the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, vairagya and mumokshutvam are important. If these two are intense, shama, dama, uparama, titiksha, shraddha, samadhana, they gain the validity, they become strong. And if these two are weak, even if it appears shamadama etc. are there, really they are not so. And mumukshata can be intensified even if it is mediocre. It can be intensified by vairagya, shama, dama etc. Guroho prasadaha. The prasada. Prasada means the grace of the Guru. So this way, sadhana chatushtaya sampatti is indispensable, among which vairagya and mumukshata are very prominent one. One more sadhana Acharya Shankara is giving, and he says, last time we have seen this, moksha karana samagryam bhakti eva gariyasi. Among all the samagris, samagris means materials in the sense, the means, sadhanas. Among all the sadhanas that can be taken to gain Atmajnana, to gain the moksha, among them, bhakti eva gariyasi. Bhakti is the most prominent one. Most important one is bhakti. The question is now, what is bhakti? What is our concept of bhakti? Bhajan karo. That is the. So what is concept of bhakti? So we have to see, he himself is going to define. He is not going to live that way and live. He only is going to define. Generally, bhakti means adoration of Ishvara Tattva, puja, patha, sankirtana, etc. Shravanam, kirtanam, Vishnoho, smaranam, padasevanam, archanam, vandanam, dasyam, sakhyam, atma, nivedanam. Shravana, listening to the glories of Parameshwara. Shravanam, kirtanam, you yourself narrate the glories of Ishvara. Shravanam, kirtanam, Vishnoho, smaranam, padasevanam. Smarana, remembrance of the Lord. Padasevana, doing namaskara to the feet of Parameshwara also. Archanam, worship. Archana, worship. Vandanam, that is namaskara. There it is Padasevana, service also. Dasyam, like Hanuman. Dasyam, that is being the servant of the Lord. Dasyam. Sakhyam, friendship with the Lord. Arjuna. Arjuna was a great friend of Lord Krishna. So that Sakyam, Sakyam. Atma Nivedanam, total surrender to Ishvara. Then what is the bhakti here? He is going to define as Swarupanusandhanam. See, He said first, among the means to be taken to moksha, the prominent one is what? Bhakti. Then what is bhakti? He says, Swarupanusandhanam bhakti iti abhidhiyate. This is what is called as bhakti. What is bhakti? Swaswarupa. Swaswarupa means Atma Swarupa, one's own true nature. Anusandhanam means Chintanam. Anusandhanam is Chintanam. So, constantly, consistently contemplating, thinking on the Atma Swarupa. That is what is called as bhakti. Come on, give me other word for this. Constantly, consistently thinking of Atma Swarupa. What is the other word for that? Nididhyasana. That is what is Nididhyasana. So therefore, Shankaracharya equates Nididhyasana to Bhakti, which is little against our concept of Bhakti or not. Now whom we have to approach now? Who is the authority on Bhakti in Puranas? Narada can be authority on Bhakti, is it not? So I think better we consult Narada. We consult Narada. If he has got anything to say about Bhakti. Narada defines Bhakti as Satu Parama Prema Swarupa. Of course, there are two types of Bhaktis. Like in Vedanta, Paroksha Jnana and Aparoksha Jnana is there. In Bhakti also, Para Bhakti, Apara Bhakti. Now, he defines Satu, which is one Para Bhakti, Satu Parama Prema Swarupa. It is of the nature of Parama, supreme, limitless love for Parameshwara. What is this Parama Prema? Satu, Sa Para Bhakti. Tu, in contrast with the Apara Bhakti, is Parama Prema Swarupa, of the nature of Parama Prema. In the supreme love, lover and the beloved are identical. The lover is not different from the beloved. If that is the case, who is the lover here? Bhakta. Bhakta is not different from Bhagavan, that is the supreme love, Para Bhakti. What is there now? The Bhakta loses one's identity, and what remains is that Bhagavan only. What is that? Cognition of Bhagavad Swarupa, which is not different from Brahma Swarupa. Labels are different. He calls Brahma and that fellow calls who what? Bhagavan, but is one and the same. That's why Aparoksha Jnana and Para Bhakti are identical. Then what about this Navavida Bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, etc.? That fits in the category of Apara Bhakti. Lower, like in Paravidya, Aparavidya. Paravidya is Brahma Vidya. All other branches of knowledge are Aparavidya. So, but here in Bhakti, Paroksha Jnana, Aparoksha Jnana like that. So this, what is it? This Navavida Bhakti is Sadhana Bhakti. It is in the nature of means to gain the Para Bhakti. Just as Paroksha Jnana can serve as the means to gain the Aparoksha Jnana. So therefore, Navavida Bhakti, Apara Bhakti is sadhana, whereas that one Para Bhakti is the sadhya, where Bhagavad Swarupa is directly known in its own Swarupa. If it is known in its own Swarupa, there cannot be anything other than Bhagavad Tattva. Bhagavad Tattva and Brahma are not two different things. In reality, Bhagavad Tattva in reality is nothing but, no, Bhagavan in reality, Bhagavad Tattva is nothing but Brahma Swarupa. So that is how it is. Even Lord Krishna says the same thing. In Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, Lord Krishna refers to bhakti at the highest level. In stanza 54, 55, chapter 18, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na Shochati Na Kankshati Samas Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhaktim Labhate Param. Brahma Bhutaha. See, this is the final stage of teaching of Bhagavad Gita. The goal is already gained. Brahma Bhutaha. Who is Brahma Bhutaha? Literally it means one who has become Brahma. Means Brahma Praptaha. Brahma Praptaha. Now who means one who has gained Brahma. Who is Brahma Prapta? I am giving Brahma Prapta, this I am giving from Bhashya, not from my pocket. Brahma Bhutaha, Bhashyakara, in that particular, while commenting that stanza, he says Brahma Prapta. Now who is the one who has gained Brahma? We have to take recourse to stanza 50 of Bhagavad Gita. Jnana Nishthaha. In the stanza 50, though the word Jnana Nishtha is not there, it means Siddhim Prapto Yatha Brahma Tathapnoti Nibodhame Samasenaiva Kamteya Nishtha Jnanasya Yapara. First line he says Brahma Prapti, second line he defines as what? Jnanasya Para Nishtha means Brahma Prapti is Jnana Nishtha. And again, Brahma Bhutaha, in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, stanza 27, Bhashyakara defines it as Jivan Muktaha. Fine. Now this person who has become Brahma Bhutaha means Brahma Praptaha, means Jnana Nishthaha, means Jivan Muktaha. See, he says, Prasannatma. Prasannatma means one whose mind is absorbed in Paramanda Swarupa Atma. Na shochati, doesn't come to grief. Na kankshati, doesn't desire anything. Samaha sarveshu bhuteshu. He is the same in all the living beings. Why? Everything is nothing but Brahma Swarupa. Such a person, Mad Bhaktim Labhate Para. He gains my Para Bhakti. Look, I have not told anything from my pocket. First, we have admitted that Narada, Narada is the authority on Bhakti. Narada defines as Para Bhakti as Satu Parama Prema Swarupa. And here, Brahma Nishtaha, Jivan Muktaha, Brahma Praptaha gains what? Para Bhakti. Told by whom? Not even Narada. Narada's Upasya, Lord Krishna himself has directly told. At least will you accept this equation now? You tell. That is, Brahma Praptaha, Jnana Nishtha is Parama Bhaktaha. Not our title Parama Bhakta. Everyone will put Parama Bhakta. Not that way. This is certified by whom? Lord Krishna himself. So therefore, how to gain that Jnana Nishtha? How to gain Jnana? Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. And intensity of Nididhyasana leads to Jnana Nishtha. So Vivek Chudamani definition of bhakti at the outset may appear as something contradictory, but it is not so. Because Lord Krishna himself has equated what? Jnana Nishtha to para bhakti. See, this is, without this analysis you will not get. Now we have Shankaracharya is the authority on that. And that is what, in fact, Shankaracharya's, of course, Vedanta cannot be taken to by all the people. Therefore, Navavida Bhakti is indispensable. They are sadhana. Even Shankaracharya, after having written Bhashyas on Prasthanatraya, Upanishads, Brahma Sutras and Bhagavad Gita, he was not satisfied because he knew very well this can't cater to the masses. They are not at that level of, that is, discovering the truth at the high level. A means at their own level has to be given. That's why he composed many stotras. You have to see that Shivaparada Kshamapana Stotra, Devyaparada Kshamapana Stotra. Shankaracharya identifies himself with a sinner. Oh Lord, what all I have done, etc. means a lay person should pray like this. So that being the case, it is not contradictory. One is the sadhana, other is the goal. That's all. That is it. Swaswarupa anusandhana. Anusandhana is chintana. Swaswarupasya anusandhana. Chintana of one's own swarupa is bhakti iti abhidhiyate. Is said to be bhakti. Now, Shankaracharya gives another definition given by someone, little close but slightly differs.
Swatma tattvanusandhanam bhaktiritya pare jaguhu ukta sadhana sampannaha tattvajitnyasuratmanaha upaside gurum pradnyam yasmat bandha vimokshanam swatma tattvanusandhanam bhaktiritya pare jaguhu ukta sadhana sampannaha tattvajitnyasuratmanaha upasidet gurum pradnyam yasmat bandha vimokshanam
Swatma tattvanusandhanam bhakti iti apare jaguhu. Apare, others. Some others define bhakti as what jaguhu means. They say, they define as what? Swatma tattvanusandhanam. Anusandhanam is chintana. Chintana of swa atma tattva. Swatma here stands for jiva. Swasya, atmanaha means jivasya. The one who appears to be samsari till now, its tattva, what is its true nature, its chintana, more or less corresponds to what is told earlier only. So that is bhakti iti apare jaguhu. Others say so. Now, so far what all things were taught by Shankaracharya? Prominently, importance of gaining the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, then sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. With this preparation, what should be done? Because finally Atma Vichara, Atma Shravana has to be taken to. Inquiry into the nature of oneself has to be taken to. With such preparation, what should be done? The seeker should approach a competent master. Ukta sadhana sampannaha. Sampannaha, having got, endowed with. Ukta sadhana. Ukta sadhana, sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, with the capacity to take to nididhyasana. Atmanaha tattva jidnyasuhu. Jnatum ichchuhu jidnyasuhu. The one who is very serious to know one's own swarupa directly is jidnyasu. See, it is tattva jidnyasuhu. The one who wants to know tattva. Tattva is ultimate reality, the final truth, the ultimate reality, Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa. Tattva Atmanaha Tattva Jidnyasu. What should he do? Pradnyam Gurum Upaside. Upaside. He should approach. Approach, upasidet how? In the right manner as prescribed, enjoined in the Shastra. Shrotate tad vijnanartham sa gurumeva bhidvachet samitpanihi pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmano nirvedamaya. Having analyzed the world of things do and accomplish, which cannot give the ultimate contentment, Brahmana, a matured person, nirvedamaya, discovered that means the ultimate happiness, the final goal of life cannot be gained by any other means that are normally available in the world. Do something and acquire its result, not possible. It is not karma sadhya, I will say. So such a person, samit panihi, it shows a supplicant attitude with the right disposition. Gurumeva abhigache, should approach a guru, shrotriyam brahmanishtam, well versed in the Shastra and himself has got direct knowledge of Atma Swarupa. So let us say, Gurum, what type of Gurum? Pradnyam. What is pradnya? Intelligent. The one who has got pradnya is pradnya. Have you heard this word? Sthita pradnya. Where? In Bhagavad Gita. Sthita pradnya. Who is a sthita pradnya? Sthita, sthira, pradnya, yasya saha. The one whose pradnya is steady, sthira. What is pradnya? Author is going to define what is pradnya in stanza 428. Long way is there to go. Presently you are on 32 only. It's a long way to go. But we can know in short, pradnya is that antakarana vritti, a unique specific thought in the antakarana, in the mind, which is an replica of Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa. When you see your face in the mirror, what image or reflection you see? Exact replica of your face. Of course, lateral inversion is there. That is different. You don't. Lateral inversion is there. left with looks at right and light, that is that different thing. But as far as the form is concerned, figure is concerned, it is just, you see, from that you can, and when you say this your face in this, what do you understand? This is how my face, this is how my face look. You don't say there is some other way, unless you are a child. One child, somebody told this, no, these big almiras, no, with the mirror on that. Somebody just for a fun, they say, look, just like you, there is one inside there. And poor child said, yes, there is one child. And it calls, that also calls. It smiles, that also smiles. It grins, that also grins. Now this child is convinced there is other child like me where. So they call mummy, there is one more child. Now mummy knows what is that. Mummy wanted to convince the child there is no other child there. He said, come here. Look, is there a child? No child. Now the child got confused, but it wanted to verify whether there is a child or not, and went near the mirror. What happened? Child. So now it is a replica. It is a replica. So like this, that antakarana vritti, which is an exact replica of Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, means you have got the experience of Atma, Brahma in its true nature, otherwise called technically as Akhandakara Vritti, Atmakara Vritti, Brahmakara Vritti. So that Vritti is Prajna. It's going to be defined later. So therefore Prajna is the one in whom Prajna, Akhandakara Vritti, has become sthira, has become steady. So therefore Prajnam, that means not simply Shrotriyaha, not simply the person who is well versed in Shastra. Of course, we had seen the three types of gurus. Best the best guru is Shrotriyaha Brahmanishta. Both well versed in the Shastras, at the same time direct knowledge of Brahma Swarupa. Suppose such a one is not available, there are other two types of gurus. One is simply Brahmanishtaha but not Shrotriyaha. He has got direct knowledge of Brahma but not studied the Adhyatma Shastra, he has not studied. The other one, Adhyatma Shastra properly studied but not a Brahma Nishta. What should be the choice now? Shastra says, better go to that Shrotriya. In terms of superiority, Brahmanishta is superior to Shrotriya. If you want blessings, go to Brahmanishta. Shastra says, because his sankalpas come true. Why? Because Brahmanishta means Parameshwara Swarupa. But for heaven's sake, don't go to him to study Vedanta. Go to who? Shrotriya. Do you know why? This person has got direct knowledge of Brahma. His mind is so absorbed in the Brahma Swarupa, and he has discovered that there is nothing other than Brahma, not a statement from the Shastra, but direct discovery. At the same time, he doesn't know the methodology of teaching as per the Shastra. Suppose this person makes a statement, कुछ भी नहीं है, जीव भी नहीं है, जगत भी नहीं है, परमेश्वर भी नहीं है, परमेश्वर भी नहीं है. What this person is going to understand? He will pick up and then go on. There are certain instances, some philosophies have come. So somewhere means the level that he is what he is cannot assimilate the final truth. So that means that, see, he has got some devotion to Parameshwara. See, that Mahatma has said Parameshwar bhi nahi hai. Dangerous. That's why he says, never go to a Brahmanishta to learn, but serve him, etc., invoke his blessing. They are like straight away direct recommendation. Direct recommendation to Paramatma as well. So therefore, go to a Shrotriya who is well versed in Shastra. So therefore, this is not to label or grade, to make a gradation among the gurus, but from the utility standpoint of a mumukshu, first and the best one is Shrotriya Brahmanishta. Second one, Madhyama, is Shrotriya. Third one, the last one, is Brahmanishta. This is it. And now, Kali Yuga is going on. Every street corners, gurus are there. Be careful. Okay? Be careful. Therefore, best thing is pray to Ishvara. Oh Lord, please lead, either you guide me or please lead me to the right person. If you sincerely pray, you are in the safe hands of who? Parameshwara. He will guide you. That's what it is. Anyway, so therefore, what should be done? Pradnyam upaside. One should approach. What for? Yasmat bandha vimokshanam ad bhave. From whom what takes place? Bandha vimokshanam. Bandhasya vimokshanam. Freedom from bondage takes place. So freedom from bondage takes place. Now, in the next stanza, this type of guru, who is that guru? Pradnyaha is being defined.
Shrotriyo vrujino kamahataha yo brahma vittamaha brahmanyuparata shantaha Nirindhana ivanadaha ahetukadaya sindhuhu bandhuranamatam satam Shrotriyo vrujino kamahataha yo brahma vittamaha brahmanyuparata shantaha nirindhana ivanadaha ahetukadaya sindhuhu bandhuranamatam satam.
Yaha, the one who is like this. Shrotriyaha. Shrotriyaha, the one who is well versed in the Shastra, Adhyatma Shastra. Avrujinaha. Avrujinaha. Nishpapaha. Free from sins. a person of sinful conduct can neither gain Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, leave alone imparting the knowledge to others. So that is what they say. Na virato dushcharitat na shanto na samahitaha etc. Kathopanishad. The person who has not desisted from the prohibited conduct, such a person can never hope to gain the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. Avrajinaha akamahataha na kamahataha, not afflicted by desires. If Guru is riddled with desire, what will he do? Bakre mil gaye hai, exploit. Akamahataha, himself is free from desire. Why is free from desire? The highest accomplishment is that there is nothing in the world can attract this person, nothing in the world is capable of giving me anything that is there. So akamataha, again the one who is yaha brahmavittamaha. Alternate reading is brahmaviduttamaha, meaning is the same. Best among the Brahma Jnani. What is this best among the Brahma Jnani? There also gradations are there. Yes. Brahmavid, Brahmavittara, Brahmavittama, or Brahmavidvariyan. How is it? There are what are called as Sapta Jnana Bhumikas, 7 stages of life. So wherein, so these are the one. Last 3 give higher and higher intensity of absorption of the mind in the Brahma Swarup. Brahma Jnana, one who has got, his mind has to get absorbed in the Brahma Swarupa more and more, depending on more and more intensity of absorption of the mind in Brahma Swarupa. Such gradations are given in the Shastra. Some people contend Vedanta doesn't accept Jnana Bhumikas. This gradation in Brahma Jnani, Vedanta doesn't accept. Vedanta doesn't accept means you have to produce from Upanishads a passage where such a thing is refuted. Better such persons are asked to do so. On the contrary, there are Upanishads which describe these stages. If you want, make a note of it. Varaha Upanishad, Annapurnopanishad, Akshupanishad in detail describe this Jnana Bhumika. What is Vedanta? Person or Upanishads? Upanishads. So that is there in this thing. Brahma, the Mundakomasha speaks of Brahma with Varishtaha. Varishta means what? Variyan, etc. are Brahma with Variyan, Brahma with Varishta. These are there. So, though Brahma Jnana is direct cognition of Brahma in its true nature, depending on the intensity of absorption of the mind, these gradations are done by the Upanishads only. He said, Brahma Vittamaha, the best among the Brahma Jnani means one who has got highest intensity. At the peak of it is such that, seventh stage, peak of is such that though physical body is there for practical purpose, he is not available to the world. It is almost near Videya Mukti. One below that, suppose he is so much absorbed in the Brahma Swarupa, when others wake him up with great efforts, he becomes aware of the world. Last stage, whatever efforts others put forth, he is not aware of the world at all. Such person cannot continue for a longer period. Anyway, what I want to say is, this is in accordance with the Upanishad, that's all. Brahma vidutpamana Brahmani uparataha, whose mind is absorbed in Brahma Swarupa. Brahmani uparataha. Again, analaha iva nirindhanaha. Analaha iva, like the fire which has consumed its fuel, nirindhanaha, like that, shantaha, pacified. Have you seen? Fire, when it consumes entire fuel, it becomes extinguished. It is not there at all. So this person is the one, so like this, like what? Analaha nirindhanaha analaha iva. Like the fire which has no fuel. Now we have to see the parallels. What is that indhana here? What it means is, the mind of such person has become totally quiet and calm, absorbed in the Swarupa. Now, what is the indhana for mind? For fire, there are seven different types of fuels. For mind, what is the fuel? You see, generally what happens? More the fuel, fire is ablaze. No fuel, chota hota hai. No, less fuel, less. No fuel, get extinguished. Is it not? Now, what is the fuel for the mind? More fuel, more ramified. Less fuel, so. No fuel, shanti, shanti, shanti. What is it? Bahya Vishaya Vritti. Now think of it. What keeps the business of the mind going on? Incessant Vishaya Vritti that keeps the mind going on. The mind of this person is, it doesn't depend on Bahya Vishaya Vritti. Bahya Vishaya Vrittis have no access to his mind. Why? It is absorbed in Brahma Swarupa, which is Nirvishaya. Free from Jagat, free from Prapancha. So therefore he is Nirindhanaha iva Shantaha. He is calm and composed, no more depending on the Vishaya Vrittis. And at the same time, he is Ahetuka Daya Sindhu. Daya Sindhu. He is Sindhu, ocean or resort, ashraya of daya, compassion. But what type of daya? Ahestuka, without any cause, without any motive. See, you see a person distressed, sorrowful. and you'd like to help. Do you know why? You can't bear that misery. Maybe the other person is suffering, but you cannot bear the misery. And you have got capacity to help. So actually means what happens? Having seen the dukhi, you also become dukhi. And therefore you want to, there is a cause. There is a cause. That is one thing. Or other way, compassion but calculated. I will help in return. That fellow will help me sometimes. Motive is neither cause. No, this person is not distressed by seeing the sorrow of others. If he is so, he is not Atmajnani. He is not a Atmajnani. See, there is a Subhashita. Subhashita means a good teachings. I think those who have studied Sanskrit in the high school, they have come across good sayings, etc., maxims, etc. Says, Vajradapi kathorani mruduni kusumadapi lokottaranam chetansi kohi vidnyatum arhati. Lokottaranam chetansi, the mind of Lokottara. Lokottara means what? One who have gone beyond the realm of this world. Who can be the Brahmajnanis, Jnanis, Mahatmas. Lokottaranam chetansi, their mind. Kaha vidnyatum arhati. Who is capable of knowing? Why? What happens? Vajradapi kathorani. It is kathora. It is harder than diamond. You know, diamond is hard. Therefore, it is used to cut the very hard things. Harder than the diamond. Oh, they must be cruel. Mruduni kusumadapi. Softer than the flower. Softer than the flower. Even Bhagavan also is like that. Okay? So you may say, you may complain, oh, say, I am suffering and you know, no compassion at all. Bhagavan knows. Bhagavan doesn't have misplaced sympathy. It happened, you know. Satya Sai Baba, there was one Mr. Kasturi. Mr. Kasturi, okay. Some people, Kasturi means they thought it to be a lady. Mr. Kasturi was an ex-principal of some college, etc., literary expert. In fact, he had discovered this word, Akashavani. All India radio, no? Radio is called Akashavani. He coined that word Akashavani. See, such a marvelous word. Radio, Akashavani. That's why. So that he was the one. Very great humorist. The great humorist he was. So what used to happen? He was a secretary 40 years, up to the age of 92. He served as the servant. Now people know, worldly thinking, he is the secretary. Through him they can approach, because directly he is not accessible. Sometimes Mahatmas have got circles, inner circle, outer circle, etc. So what they used to do, they used to tell him their woes and woes like this, etc., etc. And so he used to slowly, he has no courage to tell the thing, but sometimes he used to say something. So once he fired him, look here, I don't have misplaced sympathy like you. He said like this, at times say, why don't you help? That person is so, his children are there. Did you care to feed the children? So like that he used to fire, etc. And once he went to help a person and he would have got in a soup, but somehow he got escaped. One prince had come and with children, etc., and said, what is the plight, etc. So At that time only he said, I don't have misplaced sympathy, etc. And Sati Sai said, why did you not help, etc. So I said, he thought I should do something. And he got him a job in a cycle mart in Bangalore. Some job. After 1 year, he left and went to Mysore in a sweetmeat shop as a cashier. And from there, he usurped the money and ran away. Kasturi said, got saved. He didn't do anything here where he had employed him as a. So he knows his past, etc. I don't have misplaced sympathy like that. So Bhagavan also is Vajradapi Katorani, at the same time Mruduni Kusumadati. So therefore, he is not sorrowful because others are suffering. But why should not help? Why should I not help? Because let them get freed from samsara saga. I also got freed from that. Like me, let them say. So therefore, ahetuka daya sindhu, ocean of compassion, resort of compassion, without a cause, without a motive. He says, anamatam satam bandhu. Bandhu, you know who is bandhu? A relative or a friend is called as a bandhu. Kin. So he is bandhu. Who is bandhu? Anamatam satam. Those who surrender unto him at the same time are satam, means whose conduct is in accordance with the Shastra. Who conduct themselves according to the Shastra. Unto them he is a bandhu, dukkha harakaha. Dukkha haraka. Now, what should be done? He has to approach such a master. Then what should be done? You have to make that master known that you have come for gaining the knowledge. And you are serious about it, not like a journalist. What is Brahma? What is Atma? And all, not that way as such. So you are serious about it. And he should be convinced that you mean business. So that way, he says, one has to invoke him and then put before him what you want to discover. We'll see.